Hello, hello. How's everyone doing today? How have your games been going? For those of you who got game reviews yesterday or last week, did you have any success after the reviews playing some games, or did you play games? Have you tested out the knowledge you gained from previous streams? It is open reviews, so if you would like me to take a look at your game and help you improve today, or if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer questions or look at your games and try to give you advice to help you improve. You have so many streamers today. That's nice. Life and death, my two worst categories. Hello, Papa Snake. Welcome, welcome. Have you played any games this week? Or since yesterday at all? You have not. Ah. So question, how many hours have you spent watching people play Go? Oh no. Hello, Somia. You're what? I don't know what kita is. Watashi ga kita. What is kita? So many. What is ga? Watashi wa is I am. Watashi ga is I what? I do? Maybe? I am here. Oh. Is kita here? North to come, surname. To have come. Gotcha. So I have come here. I am here. I have come, basically. Search the whole sentence. Yeah. I'm trying to go like a little bit at a time. In Japanese, what does ga mean? Who or what? Ah, I didn't expect it to do this. Particular, which is a subject mark to append a noun, indicate that this noun is the subject of the sentence. What is the difference between ga and wa? Ah, right here. Marks the subject, emphasizing the doer of the action. Marks the topic of the sentence, indicating the sentence is generally about. Oh, so it's like marking the person doing something or marking the person it's talking about. Okay, so ga is watashi ga doing, coming here, I guess. Yeah. I have arrived. Tashi wa watashi ga kita. So it's have instead of am, because you wouldn't say I am arrived. I have arrived. Okay, that makes sense. It's just hard to remember. Hard to remember. One of these days I need to learn Japanese and Korean. Actually learn how to speak the Daegum language. You would think as much anime as I watch, I would know how to speak it by now, but nope. Have I played with them this week? Ooh, that's a good question. Yeah, I've seen My Hero. So I've seen it several times. 17th, I played 3 days ago. So yes, 17th and 16th. Oh, and I played a crap ton of 9x9 to get my rank back up. So I did a lot of 9x9. I played 5 9x9 on the 17th. I watched a lot of anime. More than is healthy. More than I should have. If I had developed some kind of skill in the amount of time that I watched anime, I would be pro at it. Does that make me a professional anime watcher? Yeah, I will say the isekai is nice, like chill, turn your brain off animes, but they're all like basically the same. It's really funny. There's a couple that are like really good, like Slime or Mushoku Tensei, but most of them are just so generic. It's like watching it just to turn your brain off and not think. Because they're so generic. Oh, I need to pin Congress today, because today's stream is sponsored by Congress, so I need to pin that. Pin. You've watched only 3 isekai? How? How have you not had isekai shoved down your throat if you watch anime at all? Just look at this isekai anime 2025. Let's just see how many this year. Less than I thought, honestly. I think the beginner after the end is supposed to be good. Yeah, less than I thought. These aren't isekai? What? What to watch? Isekai. It says isekai. Isekai. You've watched 3 overall? Death Note's so good. I've watched Death Note a couple times. Awesome, Elephant. Awesome. Glad to hear it. Oh man, Neon Genesis. I that came out when I was like single digits year old, and I couldn't follow the plot. Like as like a 9-year old, I could not understand that anime. It was too complex. I just could not follow it when I was that young. Same with Lord of the Rings. Oh my gosh, Lord of the Rings made no sense to when I was like freaking 5 or 8 or whatever. Maybe it's because you created a new account. I don't know. Have you played and won games though? If you've actually played and won, that counts, right? Yeah, I'd get. I couldn't get people's obsessions with Lord of the Rings until I got old enough. Then I'm like, oh, these are really good. But as a kid, they were so boring. I fell asleep with everyone watching them, and I just fell asleep. I didn't care. It was so dumb. Couldn't follow the plot. Didn't understand anything that was happening. I couldn't read the books. I tried to read the books, but I couldn't get past the English. Hello, Lidfoot. Welcome, welcome. I just couldn't do it. I need simpler English. Ah. I'm talking like Lord of the Rings English, like old fancy English. I can't read it. It's too difficult. I can't read the fancy English. I need like simple like 6-letter words and or less. I have so much trouble. I have so much trouble with the big English words. I met this Korean girl. She's a Korean pro. She was an English literature major. And she kept using these big English words. And I'm like, I don't know what that means. And I'm like using context clues to follow the conversation. And she's speaking English. I am American. Yeah. Can explain a lot. I was reading the manga yesterday, right? I was reading a manga yesterday, and it was this manga about them dealing with money, and they're like, "Don't forget, this is before tax. They add tax on after the transaction as well. So this is before tax." And in the translator's notes on the side, the translator's notes, it said, "Yeah, welcome to America." Yeah, welcome to America. Our prices are before tax, which makes no sense. I I don't know. I don't like proper English. I can do a good elementary English just fine. I can't do the high school level English stuff. There's a lot of different Englishes. Like what do you call the English that uses thou and uh stuff? You like thou? Um I'm blanking on anything else. I'm trying to think of a show or something that I watched recently. Yeah, I don't know. I can't even think of anything. I don't know it well enough. Shakespeare English, yeah, that's a good way to put it. I tried to read Shakespeare and I couldn't do it. I hate it so much. I cannot do Shakespeare. I had nothing against the British. British had something against me. I met a guy from Britain, and he kept trying to correct my English. And I'm like, shut up. I don't care. I don't know if you know this about Americans, but we really just don't care about a lot of things that we should. Hello, Atari anyone. Welcome, welcome. I wish we got more exposure to other cultures in America. Like, I know, like, the general American populace, they would hate that. But, like, yep, open reviews. But when I left America, I was so shocked at how much other cultures are reflected, and you could just find out about other cultures and other cultures. Right? I was in Korea, and there was like a lot of American movies and stuff. But we don't have a lot of exposure to other cultures, unfortunately. We are brainwashed and trained to be a worker ant. That is what we are meant for. To be the worker ant to make the rich rich. Maybe. I will say there's a lot of differences between like different states. Like in Tennessee and Florida and California, you'll have vastly different people. Right? You'll have vastly different types of people. And even just a red state and a blue state, you have vastly different people. But we only get really exposure to a lot of American stuff, American politics, stuff like that. I think I have listened to that. I think I've listened to that a lot. Yeah, I've listened to that. I think it's a really good song. I think it's a little accurate and it's scary. I don't want to go to New York. I think it's too many people in one place. It's too crowded. I have a Nashville, and Nashville's plenty. That or I don't know. Chicago was nice too, but I think New York is just too much. It's a lot. New York is its own country. It's insane. New York's basically its own country. Nashville is about an hour and a half away from where I am, but an hour and a half is like a not that big of a deal for Americans to drive. So if I wanted to go to the city, I would just drive to Nashville, which is the closest one, and that is in Tennessee. You know, one thing that I was really surprised about in America, I really don't like going to bars and being around the loud drunks, and I don't like it. But in when I was in Korea, I really liked going out and social drinking with friends. It was a lot more quiet. It was still fun. People were loosening up. No one was getting wasted and throwing up on the floor that at least I was exposed to. Um, you can have drunks, yeah, but usually where we went to, it was just social drinking and nice conversation and stuff. It was a lot quieter and more mellowed out, I think. So probably I was just taken to the nice places. Like, obviously I didn't pick the bar, so other people just probably took us to nicer places. But I had a very different experience with bars in Korea than I did in America. Beautiful weather all year. Not necessarily. We're in a very odd part of the planet. I went there for Go. I went there for 5 months. I was going to stay there for 2 years, but I got homesick, and I still don't know how I feel about that. I still want to go back again someday. But like, the thing is, Tennessee is at a weird spot. So a lot of the weather comes in from the left, and a lot of the tip or bottom of the weather will actually hit Tennessee while going like northeast a little bit. So we're in a spot that will have some regular weather, and then a storm will come in and change our weather for like 2 or 3 days, and then it'll go back to normal. So Tennessee weather can change drastically from day to day because we're located at the edge of a weather point. That's cool. Interesting. I was not an Insei, but I did play with some Insei, which in Korea is called Yeonggusaeng. But I went to Biba, which is a Baduk Academy for foreigners. There's Biba and Kiba. I want to say still Biba and Kiba. I haven't looked recently, but Blackie's an interesting individual. He is an interesting individual. He's really good at a lot of different things, like a lot of random things. He's good at poker. He's decent at bowling. He's good at tennis. He's good at, I believe it was Choku is what it was called, the soccer tennis. I haven't played him in backgammon. He was good at a lot of random things. We did play poker with Ghost Stones, I think. But then we did get chips as well. I played a lot of poker in Korea. I lost a bit of money. Thankfully, I'm smart enough to not lose a lot. I think I limited myself to like $10 or $20 a week. So I wouldn't lose too much. But if I was uncontrolled, I would have lost hundreds of dollars. It was fun. I really liked Korea. I like Japan too, but I was only in Japan for a week. Well, there's two different types of pokers. Normally, you would be probably expected to play Texas Hold'em poker. It's just about getting certain combinations of cards, and every single turn you get there's a new card flipped. You're trying to make a combination with the cards on the table and the cards in your hand. Whoever has the best combination wins. Hello, Pix. Welcome, welcome. I stayed in... What was the name of the city? Hanban or something like that? I stayed at Biba. Yeah, we stayed at Blackie's house. Blackie had like this 2-story place. And we stayed there. Oh, I had this like not really real fight with his mom. It was really funny because as an American, I sleep on a mattress that's thick, right? In Korea, they give you like a 2-inch fold-out mat to sleep on, and it just killed my back. So I always pulled out a second one and stacked them on top of each other. So I sleep on two of them. I mean, it's better than the floor, yeah, but it's not what I'm used to. So I ended up stacking both of them on the floor, and then every single night she would always put the other one back and leave one for me and put the other one back in the closet. And every single night I'd pull it back out. So every day we would just go back and forth. And I felt like there was this silent argument happening. But we never spoke to each other because she didn't speak English. But I felt like there was this silent argument of I need two, and she's like, no, you only need one. And I'm like, you don't understand. I need two because I'm an American and I'm used to bigger beds, and this is killing my back. Oh, my back kept hurting so much. It was something. I like my big bed. I have a big bed, and then I have like a 2-inch thick foam on top of the big bed. So it's like really, really soft. I have a really soft bed. Yeah, I love my bed. Does Blackie have a car? I think so. How long have I been playing Go? I've been playing Go for almost 18 years now. Oh, crease. When we get home after an exhausted from a trip, especially, yeah, we just crash on the bed. I still look young. I'm 33. I don't know. I guess that's young, depending. Not to a kid, though. To a kid, I'm an old man. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's nice. Still a child. Hey, I'm like a third of the way dead. I've lived 33% of my life, probably. Nah, we saw them all the time. Like, we lived with them, so we saw them all the time. What is my teeth? I mean, I brush my teeth every day. I definitely could do more. But these two right here are fake, though. My front two teeth are fake. Because I was born with crooked teeth. So what they did was my mother took me to the dentist and they basically shaved it down and then put caps on them so I would have straight teeth. We had 5 or 6 people at one point. No, I learned the game from watching Hikaru no Go, and then I taught myself, and then my mom hired a pro teacher when I hit 12Q, I believe. My mom hired me a pro teacher, and then I kept going. How old was I when I got my teeth done? Probably a teenager. Been a long time. Go Go Ego was cute. It did not help me at all, but Go Go Ego was cute. I was 17 when I got into Go. You were 21. Started at 27. I will say the big thing that made it easy for me to improve was the amount of time that I had to dedicate to it. As an adult, I don't have nearly as much time because of work and everything, and I just have other priorities. When I was a kid at 17, especially on summer vacation, I had nothing that was a higher priority than just me playing the game. And so I'd play for 10 hours a day. I think it's less about the age and more about the fact that you have so many responsibilities that you can't just put aside to play a game. I think I learned at a decent age, but my issue is I wish I could have kept playing instead of having to worry about going to college and getting a job and all that stuff. Because if I could have just kept playing and if I could have made a living just going pro in America, I would have tried to do that. But the fact that there was like no future in Go, and then I made one, and it's still not great. But the fact that there's no future in the Go world in America really screwed up my Go game. I would have been much stronger than I am now. Define good living. I can barely pay my bills. I have some spending money, but no, I don't make a good living, I would say. I think I'm still struggling quite a bit. I am not happy. I am not happy with my income level. But I much prefer doing what I do than doing what like my brother does or what my sister-in-law does. Um, they make a lot more money than I do, though. So there's pros and cons. I enjoy what I do a lot more than what they enjoy, but I have a lot less money. So honestly, the money wouldn't be as big of a deal if things would like if our car would stop breaking. And I would enjoy it a lot more if we were a little bit more stable. Yeah, Sumego Dragon, if Sumego Dragon took off and got like 3 or 4 times the amount, I would be very well set. And then I could even travel to like Asia and stuff. If I had as many sales as, or even half as many sales as Go Magic, I would be making a lot of money because of the profit margin for Sumego Dragon. And the fact that I don't have to split it with 5 people or even 6 or 7 people, I don't even know how many people they have. I would be making a lot of money if I had like a lot of subscribers. Oh, my guess is that he earns like $3,000 a month, maybe 35. Okay. Yeah, I earn anywhere from like 1,400 to the high end. Some months will be like 16 or 1,800, but the low end can also be like 1,200. So it kind of fluctuates depending on sponsorship deals. Like once Go Congress passes, I'm probably going to go down back down to like 13, 1,400. I know America's so daggum expensive. If it wasn't for my family, I would probably leave this country. I like being an American on paper, but I would prefer to travel to cheaper countries. It's so expensive to be alive here. Oh my gosh. Just because you have to have a car, you have to have car insurance, you have to have gas money, medical insurance. Don't even get me started. I'm married. No kids though. But yeah, I'm married to a wife. I am married to a wife. The thing that keeps me from traveling is the airplane cost, not the country cost. Because I could afford a lot of countries. But getting there is really expensive. The airplane tickets are really expensive. A working household husband. That's nice. Yeah, she's like 12Q to 10Q. And that's only because she's married to me. If she actually tried, she could probably get close to Dawn level. She actually wanted to try. That's her, like, not trying. And she doesn't play. She just happens to live with me. Apparently, just living with me makes you single digit Q. I tried not to teach her, honestly. She just hears me teach other people enough. I tried to teach her, and she did not like it because she didn't like being talked down to from her husband. So I was like, this is how you break it down, blah, blah, blah. But she did not like, I guess the teacher-student relationship just created conflict. So, yeah, so she just learned from me teaching other people. I taught my brother. If I talked to my wife like I talked to my brother, I'd be divorced. My brother's a Dawn player though, so I got him to Dawn player, but I was not polite about it. To students online, I'm a lot more polite. To my brother, I was like, stop being stupid and take your time. Read. This is dumb. You didn't even try to read. Back up and tell me what you read. Okay, does that make sense? Stop being stupid and read the game. Oh, you saw the marriage live stream? Yeah, that was a long time ago. We just celebrated I say celebrated. We just passed our 7th anniversary. We worked, but we had our 7th anniversary. We just worked. I got her. She got a chocolate cake for our anniversary. That was our anniversary. Yeah, for our anniversary gift, our car died. We had to do a $300 repair to fix an oil leak, and then the AC died, which is a $900 repair that we don't have yet. I have been to a Go Congress several times, and I am also going again this year. This stream is actually sponsored by Go Congress. If you can afford it. Here's the thing. Go Congress is a very fun event. Go Congress is offline. It's a gathering of hundreds of Go players. And you play a serious match every single morning. And then there's pros that you can go get your game reviewed with pros. You can talk to them and stuff every single day. There's events. There's a few book merchants depending on the year. But I think Go Congress is a great event, but it is expensive. So if you have it and you're fine with losing a week of work and a couple $1,000s to enjoy a big event, then go. Yeah, I think it's great. I think it doesn't matter if you're like 20Q, I think you'll still have a good time. But it is pricey. So it depends on your budget. If you can afford it, I think it's a great thing. Can you play IRL? Yeah, everything's IRL. Like, what do you mean? It's an IRL event. So hundreds of Go players, one location, hundreds of Go boards and Go stones. You're playing and you have a clock and you're touching the Go stones. So it's an in-person event with hundreds of people and all of them are Go players. Everyone around you is a Go player. I mean, you could, but like, why would you? I will be streaming. I'll be streaming the week that I'm there, though. Like, I will be walking around with my phone. Hi, guys. So you guys, if you don't go to Go Congress, you'll be with me on my phone. You'll be with me in spirit. Yeah, there are definitely a lot of strong Asians, especially some strong kids. It's a fun event. I think it's quite a fun event. If you can afford it, I encourage you to go. It's a great experience. Technically Asian, barely. Yeah, in Korea, I was able to beat some 9-year-olds, but I could not beat the 10-year-olds. The 10-year-olds were too strong. All the 10-year-olds and 11-year-olds were 9-dan. Mm-hmm. No, they're not 9-dan pro. What is the youngest 9-dan pro? Like, what is the youngest 9-dan pro? I don't know that. The youngest pro is like 11. Yeah, the youngest pro, I believe, is 11. But 9-dan pro, I don't know. Sumude, I believe, became the youngest recently. Yeah, becoming pro 2 years from a complete beginner is entirely unrealistic. It takes like 10 years. 2 years is incredibly unrealistic. 10 years. That's how you become pro. He was botting. To be fair, kind of. He was botting before bots were cool. I kind of wish I had I could like get a KGS account that was back in like the 90s, the early 2000s, and I could just have Ka-Train open on another monitor, and I would just crush everyone and never lose. And I would like make an account called Psy and just let Ka-Train play everyone 10 years ago, 20 years ago. Strong artificial intelligence. Yeah, there you go. So because AI wasn't strong back then, so if I had like a time machine KGS client, just let Ka-Train just beat up everyone, it'd be really funny. People would lose their minds. 3-3 invasion? Why does Ka-Train 3-3 all the time, or why is Psy 3-3 all the time? This is horrible, but he always wins. Yeah, we're a long way away from Go being popular. I think we need people with skills, marketing skills, to make Go popular. Honestly, I've been debating if I should go to school for marketing. Not like college, but like take some marketing classes or something. I would like to have be able to create a few hundred Go players in Tennessee. It'd be really cool if I could. Hey, that's still a decent amount of people. I think 0.01% of American would be still a ton of people. Oh man, yeah. The population of India, isn't it that like for outside of India, it's unexpectedly huge. Like, what is the population of India? Let's see. Population of US versus India. $1.46 billion to 347. Oh my gosh. 4 times the US. Oh my gosh. What is China? Oh, about the same. It's about the same. Yeah, there's so many people. How many people to get a Dawn player student? I've gotten a couple Dawn. I got a couple people to Dawn. It really depends on the student putting in work, though. So probably maybe 1 in 50. 1 in 50 students actually go to Dawn level. We got to realize a lot of students don't even like get lessons from me for more than a few months, whereas the Dawn players got lessons for like a year plus. No. Suga's never been a paying student, I don't believe. If he did, it was under a different username. I don't recall teaching Suga professionally. Oh, just teaching a random person? Oh, like 1 in 100 will actually play Go after a day. I've taught hundreds and hundreds of people how to play Go. Maybe 1 in 100 will actually play it again. I can, but I'm like really bad at 9x9. So if you want my thought process on 9x9, I recommend the Classy Approach series because I played it in a way that you could transfer the knowledge from those games up to 19x19. What I focus on is 19x19. And I taught beginners on the 9x9, and I said, start in the corners because even though it's not the optimal move, you're learning shapes that will go up to 19x19. So it depends on if you want to master 9x9 or if you want to learn some shapes that will go up to 19x19 or be relevant on 19x19 while you practice 9x9. It depends on what you want from it. That's probably a good idea. Try to live in 2 places, and as black, be aggressive to try to kill/reduce 2 white groups as much as possible. Yeah, I like that idea. That makes sense to a lot of the opening patterns that I've been trying to learn. Well, what does that mean, though? I really think Dawn in 2 years is undermining the amount of effort because people will play like 5-10 games a month for 2 years, and then you have the people that are playing like 5-10 games a day for 2 years. Right? So I really think that's the big thing. Hello, Wolf. I think you can get to Dawn with 1,000 to 2,000 hours of effort. $1,000 to 2,000 hours of effort, I think you can be a Dawn player. As long as you don't get stuck. Hello, DJ. The halfway point's probably like 7Q. I mean, according to OGS, it should be like 7 or 8Q. So like if we take the line right here and then put it right here, the halfway point is about right here, 9Q. But you have a little bit more for beginners, so I would say 7Q. I'd say about right here. It's the halfway point. Yeah, I think 7Q on OGS. 7Q to 5Q, but or 7 or 6Q maybe 7Q or 6Q. I think is a good halfway point. So yeah, 30Q to 6Q is 6Q to 1 done. That's why a lot of players stop at 9Q and 8Q and 7Q, is because they stop seeing the improvement via a number for the exact same amount of effort, because they'll put in effort and they'll see the number reflect the effort. But at single digit Q, it takes a lot more effort for that number to move. So usually they just get less motivated, which causes them to put in less effort, which causes it to be even slower. I think it depends on the person. Some barriers are much harder than others, depending on the person. 2Q, 1Q definitely could be a hard barrier on OGS for sure. But it really depends on the person. I really think if you're single digit Q, you could probably play on OGS and Fox at the same time, and it would be good for you. I think the single digit Q players cannot handle, on OGS, cannot handle unique positions. They only know the textbook positions. They don't know unique positions. That's why if you play them in handicap games, they fall apart. If I play a 9Q in a handicap game, most of them will self-destruct because they can't handle unique positions. If you're single digit Q. If you're not, then don't bother, because you need to learn something before you learn multiple things. So I would say if you're not even like 7Q or 5Q, then don't worry about it. But at some point, you get to a certain level where you do need to learn fighting, and Fox is good for practicing fighting. Getting exposure to multiple types of play is useful. Have you guys been doing your daily Go problems? Today's daily challenge was actually quite difficult. I have watched Hunter x Hunter. I quite enjoyed it. I thought Hunter x Hunter was really good. Yeah, I did notice the Go episode. And the Go player unalived himself. So I don't get banned on Twitch. But yeah, Go player did not go well. Wondon, I think, takes genuine, serious effort. Versus single digit Q, I think you can get there on a regular effort. I think most people can get just single digit Q naturally. Your number of challenges has stopped increasing on the leaderboard. What? Oh no! That's not good. It's supposed to run every night. What? I'll what? That doesn't make any sense. I'll make a note of it, so I'll check it. Challenge does not increase on leaderboard on desktop. I'll look into it later. Might have been because I updated where you're doing challenges in order to decrease lag. It might have been my lag update that messed it up. I did a really big update to reduce lag, but I had to change a lot of stuff to do it. Thank you. I am coding it every day, almost every single day. Still got a long way to go, though. It's like a never-ending process. Oh, man. For the amount of effort I put in, I do not make a good hourly rate. This is such a never-ending website development process. What is the board's leaderboard? Oh, that actually is not a leaderboard, but probably I should move this somewhere else. I put this in so I could enjoy what people make. Yeah, I put this in so I can see what boards people make, because I like seeing that people are enjoying Samago Dragon. Because I was worried that people wouldn't even use the skins and that I was wasting my time on them, so I kind of built this, and I was surprised at how many people were using the skins. So it kind of inspired me to keep working on the graphics. It looks like there's a couple bugs on this page. I haven't looked at it in a while. So add it to my never-ending list. Bugs on the boards page for leader board. Add it to the never-ending list of bugs. There was actually a bug that was where this leaderboard list was being called from the database, no matter where you were on the site. I think I fixed that today. No Elephant. I try to focus on Just Go as much as I can. I understand why Bats does it, but I think it would not benefit me in the short term right now. Bats has kind of a long-term plan, and I do not. I am trying to just get some certain financial goals met before I worry about anything long-term. Like, for example, what we talked about, what we added yesterday. If you like my teaching and doing game reviews, which we haven't done a lot of today, but we have been talking, so it's fine. Then consider joining for $1 a month to support the stream. It is very helpful. $1 a month goes a long way. It is open reviews, though. If you guys do want a review, I'm fine to keep talking and like chatting and stuff. But if you also wanted a game review, I am happy to do that as well. Yeah, I can do game reviews for you. I do one per day, one per person per day. So you can get a one review per stream. Unless I'm giving a lesson or something. Yeah, my hope is to get coffee to about 300 a month, ideally. Sure. Okay, you're black.
Review started.
Probably don't touch. It's unnecessary. I would block half the board. I mean, just win, I guess. But okay. Cutting is possible. Probably bamboo is better. That way you can block like this. If you play like this and they go under and you try to block, you get cut with an Atari. But if you're connected and they try to go under and you block, now when they cut, you're not an Atari. So you can capture them. So slightly better, but not a huge deal. Oh no, you can't do it when you're an Atari. Oh no, can't miss Ataris. Whoops. Whoops. More practice. Can't miss Ataris. Can't miss Ataris. Connect your cutting points. Connect your cutting points. This is still a cutting point. By Atari, you connect. Now Atari, this stone dies. Oh, you had to block this way. Because now when I Atari, you connect, white is in Atari, and then you can capture this piece. So white has to fix, and then you capture that piece. I think the big thing though is you missed an Atari. That's going to be the big key this game. You can't miss an Atari. I like that you're attempting life and death. That's good. Doesn't quite work, but it's good effort. If you go right here, this makes this a false eye. And then white will capture these three, and you play here for the vital point. And white will be dead. So white has to try to live to the cutting point, which white may or may not do. I do not make videos for Go Magic. It just hasn't worked out, I guess. But also, it's hard for me to make that quality. I can do a 13 by 13 review as well, yeah. You have to have a minimum quality setup, and I have not had it in the past. I could probably get it now with my new apartment, but that's why I haven't done it in the past. Also, they wanted content that has not been put somewhere else. And I'm like, I have 700 videos on YouTube. It's hard for me to make unique content. All right, I'm going to say the big thing is you missed an Atari. That kind of like spiraled from there. I'll do one more since it was 9x9. We'll just look at that real quick. And this one, you are white.
Started.
Touch Nobi. Touch Nobi. Don't Hane. Hane leads a crosscut and you die. At least until single digit Q, don't Hane. And fix your cutting points. Fix your cutting points. Good habit. Have you watched the Claw Saber series? Oh no. Is there a proverb when to crosscut? When you're strong, Nobi. When you're weak, Hane, I think. DJ, you have to send the game ID, not the URL, because YouTube will block a URL. So I just need the game ID at the end of the URL. Yeah, crosscut is starting a big fight. You're trying stuff, which is nice, but you don't quite have the liberties for it. Connect, you're an Atari. Oh, what do I want to say about this game? I want to say the big thing is you keep leaving cutting points laying around. Hello, Amaranths. Like, the cutting points are what get you in trouble. You just need to fix your cutting points. When black connects, you fix your cutting point. Yeah, once this, now this stone got very damaged because you didn't fix your cutting point. I want to say that's the big thing. Here, you played a Hane, but black just cuts you off. Yeah, you keep losing the fights because you have cutting points. Yeah, C7 doesn't work right now, but that's where you want to be looking, yeah. You want to look at their cutting points too, not just yours. On Mega Dragon, or if you watch the Colossi approach, but on Mega Dragon, if you go into the campaign, level 0 and level 1 do all the capture puzzles, connect puzzles, and cut puzzles. Capture, connect, cut. 1. Double threat is a cut as well. Yeah. I think you really got to master these captures, though. Capture, connect, cut. Yeah, capture, connect, cut is like the big things that you keep messing up. Yeah, and hopefully you found that helpful. Okay, so we have AI Sensei. Okay, turn that off. What level are we at? It does not say what level we're at, so we'll look at it, I guess. Upper corners, 3-3. Okay. Okay. Don't bump your own head, try to expand. Okay. Checking your opponent's cuts is good. And very nice punish. All right, so you're just winning because you cut your opponent and your opponent didn't respond correctly. So you were able to cut them and they died. Good job. This one is too much because it's a double Atari. Be very cautious around dead things. Dead things have a lot of Aji, or a lot of weaknesses. So you don't want to be too aggressive next to something that you've killed, because that something might come back to life. I think block right here and just get the points and you win. Yeah, it came back to life because you overextended. Ah, you played perfect too. This is like where you started messing up. You missed the cutting point. You can go attack them here. Yeah, you missed the cutting point, a double Atari, and that's what messed you up. It's just so close to a ladder, but it's not. It's not a ladder. I'm sorry. Everything fell apart once you lost those stones. Fixing your cutting point is good. Checking your opponent, yep. You still owe a move over here. Oh, you missed another double Atari. Oh no! Yeah, you gotta get these double Ataris down. So we know what you need to work on Mega Dragon. Double Ataris. No, Somia, he was talking about the challenges, not the puzzles. Because I've done thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of puzzles. Like, I've probably done like 10,000 to 20,000 puzzles. I've been playing this game for 18 years. You see double Ataris by training your eyes to notice it. So for example, if I go to Double Threat, I'm training my eyes to see it by doing puzzles. And then you'll notice it in the game. That's what you do with these puzzles. You're training your eyes by drilling it over and over and over. It's like shooting hoops in basketball. Like, you learn how to do it, right? But then you have to do it hundreds and hundreds of times in order to do it properly. I meant the ladder. Oh, okay. So for the ladder, when you are right here, notice how the very first black move puts you into Atari. You cannot be put into Atari in the entire sequence. Okay? Even if that wasn't an Atari, there's still another one. Oh, no, there's not. I thought it would be an Atari right here, but no, you're fine. Yeah, so that's basically the only reason you couldn't do it, is because you got put into Atari. You cannot be put into Atari during a ladder. If you get put into Atari during a ladder, it breaks. And then trying to ladder something that doesn't get laddered is it destroys an entire position. If you try to ladder and it doesn't work, it destroys your entire position. Okay, you still got a good chunk of black stuff down. And black is dead. The entire black group is dead. Oh, black resigned. Nice. Good job. Yeah, definitely outplayed your opponent. You did the cutting points. That's how you got ahead. But then you did some too much. See you, Somia. You took it too far. And the stones that you captured came back to life in the bottom. But aside from that, you just missed double Ataris twice. That's your mistake. And then your strength was you attacked their cutting points very well. And that is my thoughts on this game. Before we do move on, I do want to do a quick shout out to today's sponsor, the Go Congress. Go Congress is the largest Go event in the US and in Europe. It is a gathering of hundreds of Go players all gathering together in one location and playing Go for an entire week, or in Europe's case, 2 weeks. So if you are interested, I encourage you to check it out. And with that, let's go ahead and watch the video. I will be attending Go Congress this year, so hopefully I will see you there.
This is the US Go Congress, the largest and most comprehensive Go event in North America. Every year, nearly 500 amateur players of all skill levels gather to compete in the thrilling US Open tournament.
No, not to Europe. I'm going to the American Go Congress. I cannot afford the plane ticket to go to Europe.
Dozens of professionals and top amateur players from around the globe. There's something for players of all levels. 9x9 and 13x13 small board challenges, blitz and rapid games, seniors and women's tournaments, even the madness of Crazy Go. Prizes and recognition await the winners at the closing awards dinner. But the true highlight is the welcoming and vibrant community. Reconnect with old Go friends and make new ones from across the world. Attend inspiring lectures by seasoned professionals, teachers, and streamers. Test your skills against your favorite pros in simultaneous exhibition games. Each year, the Congress takes place in a different U.S. city. This year, the 41st annual event is heading to Austin, Texas, one of the fastest growing cities in the U.S., celebrated for its unique food scene and legendary live music. In your free time, explore the surrounding area's many attractions for some unforgettable sightseeing memories. It's all happening July 12th through the 20th here in Texas. Get ready. This one is going to be big.
I think they did a good job making this video. Yeah, hopefully I will see you guys at the American Go Congress. Or if you're going to Europe, hopefully you'll enjoy your time there. It is coming up pretty quickly, though, July 12th through the 20th. So if you're going to go, make those plans. Hey, Vexo, awesome. Cool. Jackie, did you find the puzzles on OGS helpful? Hopefully they gave you some nice challenges. Hello, cat. I would not know that. So I do not know the answer to that question. Awesome. I'm glad you found that helpful. Hi, cat. Yeah, she's a little runt. I don't know if you can hear her. She's purring so loudly. Looks like you can't hear her, though, unfortunately. I like dogs too, but they're a lot more work than cats. Dogs are a lot more effort. Dogs are just a halfway point to kids. Let me go. She's shedding. Get off my foot! Ah, she's eating my foot. Unfortunately, I do try to limit it per stream because I do teach Go for a living. So if you like more, check me out on my next stream, or you can sign up for lessons, which honestly, probably coffee would be better for me for lessons if you want to do that. You can also buy lesson packs if you wanted to structure your own deal or something. But yeah, I do limit it because I do teach Go for a living, and it is helpful if you check that out. But yeah, unfortunately, I try to limit it per stream. 2026 will be in Boston. How long will I be streaming for? At least another half hour. I did 2 because it was 9x9. Typically, I do one 19x19 for a person, but I did 2 because it was 9x9. Sometimes for beginners, like brand new players, I'll do a couple more just to get them more encouraged to play the game. So I'll like support beginners, but typically I try to limit it to one 19x19 per stream, per person. But if someone has a 9x9, yeah. Well, it might be different people though. Like it's 1 per person. Thank you for the follow. I wanted to say Star Trek, but Stek Turku. I don't know, my brain flip-flopped some letters and got Star Trek. Thank you for the follow, Stek. Awesome. I hope you have a great time at Go Congress. Also Star Trek. Daggum brains and our autocorrects. I'm hoping that the people I do game reviews for are also playing games between streams, because I want to not just teach you once, but also have it help you improve. Cool new features on Samego Dragon. Aside from the lag improvements on mobile and desktop, I put a little bit more emphasis on ranked. So there's ranked on mobile and desktop now. The yellow name on OGS means I am subscribed to OGS, which gives me the AI review tools. Like, it gives me more AI review tools. So for example, I can upload a game and I can click full AI review on the game when I upload it. Like, for example, if I turn on the AI, I can get a full AI review on games I upload. So by being subscribed to OGS, I get access to AI tools. Link to Classy approach with Samego Dragon. I really should have that. I don't. I don't have that. I should put it on the forum. That's what I should do. I should put the Classy approach on the forum. I'm very disappointed that I don't have that. I just always considered like my teaching and Samego Dragon 2 different jobs, I guess. I have 2 jobs. Here's a feature I think a lot of people don't know about. When you do ranked puzzles, your mistakes are actually saved to a ranked mistake list. And then it will save up to 100 problems, or for I guess 99 for some reason. And what it will do is you can load the mistakes that you've done, or you can generate a practice list based on your top mistakes. So you can see the graph right here. My top mistakes are taking eyes and making eyes and capture ace. These are my top 3. So life and death is my big weakness. And then it also gives me a difficulty curve on where I'm making the most mistakes. So it looks like level 4. So if I click generate practice list, it'll probably generate me a taking eyes, making eyes, and capture ace, life and death bundle of problems at around level 4 and level 5. And so it'll generate me a practice list based on my mistakes I make in ranked mode. And it's a customized practice list for you. I think a lot of people don't know that that feature exists. I tried to put it on the homepage, but no. Hirosana was asking for Samego level test. Kind of like the Guan on 101 Weiqi. So I have that in my idea request, maybe as a future feature. I thought ranked would have had that, but I guess people want more than just ranked. They want like ranked test. So that might be a future feature that I add. I got so many features already though. Am I working on the mobile app? Do you mean the PWA app or for the App Store? Kirosana is who I was talking about. So I do have a mobile app. It's just not in the App Store. Yeah, so there is a mobile look. It's just not in the App Store. You go to SomegaDragon.com and it'll give you directions on how to download the website as an app. But yeah, I have a mobile view for Somega Dragon. It is just not in the App Store. I don't dislike Guan. I thought ranked mode, between ranked mode and the campaign, I thought I was satisfying people that liked Guan, but I guess not, because I have a test mode on the campaign. It's just not timed. And then I have ranked, which is timed. But apparently people want to combine those into a test ranked timed mode like Guan. So that's another feature request. So it's not that I don't like it, it's just a whole other feature. What tech did I use? Bubble.io and JavaScript. I think this is a great site if you don't know a lot about coding, but it is expensive. You have to pay for lack of knowledge. However, if you know how to build your own website, I encourage you to just build your own website. It's much cheaper and you don't have to rely on another company to build stuff. But for my purposes, I didn't know how to build a website, so it was a website builder that was pretty powerful for me. And was able to build Somega Dragon thanks to it, so I subscribe to it and I pay for it. But that is because of my lack of knowledge, so I'm paying for shortcuts, if that makes sense. They did release a mobile wrapper, which will allow me to put Somega Dragon in the App Store, but I have to rebuild it using new mobile features instead of just using the website view like I have now. So that's going to be a lot of work, and I'm not sure when I will get to it. But at some point, I can put Somega Dragon in the App Store. At some point. It's just not going to be anytime soon. But the technology exists. It costs me maybe $120 a month right now. As I get more users and stuff, the price will go up, but my cost to user ratio is really low. So for about 700 to 800 users, a little under 1,000 users, it cost me $120 a month. And that could probably scale to a couple thousand users before I have to pay for more. I don't know. I could always do like micro upgrades too. Like I can just upgrade for like $20 and probably host another 500 users. The expensive part is the fact that I'm editing data every single time that you solve a Go puzzle. That's honestly, I could make this so much cheaper if I didn't track all your data. If I didn't have all these lists of like saving your results, tracking when you do a Go problem, tracking if you solved it or not solved it. If I didn't do all of that, I would save so much money. But it kind of defeats the purpose of the whole site if I don't. But the fact that every time you solve a Go puzzle, I'm editing data is what costs money. Yeah, it's pretty expensive. I'm definitely paying for lack of education, but for my purposes, it's fine. Yeah, for my purposes, Bubble works really well. For my education knowledge. Did I do reviews on my channel? Like what channel? Like, what do you mean? My YouTube? I mean, I'm streaming to YouTube right now. Pro reviews? I've done pro review videos in the past. But not a lot. I've not done a lot of them. Typically, I try to focus on the people that are here rather than doing a pro review. I think it's just more educational. But it's not like I haven't tried it in the past. I've tried it. It's just not my main priority. My main priority is to help you guys rather than reviewing a pro game. But that's also because I don't stream as much. I probably could stand to stream more, and then if I streamed more hours, then I could also potentially add more content. I did a 24-hour stream once where I did a lot of stuff. Is this a Seki? What? Here's a 1,000-year Ko. Which is black. So black bottom left corner could be alive. The point is, if black's turn, black plays at the circled position. White cannot kill black because of the potential Ko threat at the or potential Ko at the top right. What? Okay, so if black plays here and white captures, what's the problem? Better yet, if black plays here and white just fills so that way you can't make a Ko, isn't that better? No, because that would be a bulky 5. Oh. Oh. What does it have to do with up here, though? Isn't this just a 1,000-year Ko? I feel like this is just a 1,000-year Ko. Black can make the Ko at the bottom after taking. What? There's an I right here, right? Because there's an I right here, this shouldn't matter. The black plays, I take 1, 2, and 2, 1. That's not a Ko, because I just capture. So if I play, black takes, I don't have a Ko threat. So I can't play, so I have to pass. Then if black plays and I take, black doesn't have a Ko threat. I think this is wrong. I think maybe this is supposed to be filled or something. I don't know. This one doesn't make sense. I saw one the other a few, like a last month or something that makes sense. This one blew my mind, I believe. Yeah, I think this one, I think actually did work, which was annoying. So if white plays, black captures, there's no Ko threat. But if black captures, Wait, isn't this the same? Hold on. And white plays, black takes. Here, black takes. Co-threat, take, white takes. Oh. It's the fact that it's a one-step co, so there's a co-threat on the second move is the problem. So, okay, so go back to the other one. Oh, I closed it. Crap. So if we go back to the other one, the issue isn't that this can, or whatever, if white plays, the issue is if black plays and white captures, black has a co-threat on the second move. Not the first move. The co-threat on the first move doesn't exist. Co-threat on the second move exists. And because it's a one-step co, it's really stupid. It's a stupid, complicated rule. But I want to say, I like AJA rules because they just say if it can be captured. So this would probably, the top right might be considered a Seki. It's really stupid. So if white plays here, is there an issue? Because black won't have any co-threats. It has to be black's turn. So black plays here, and then white can't capture, or black has a co-threat. That's the issue. So if black plays right here, is it mutual life? Not in Chinese rules. Chinese rules, it wouldn't cost a point. I wonder how the judge would rule it in the AJ rules. Yeah, but who has to play? Who has to start the co in the top right? I don't know how I'd rule that. I don't know how I'd rule that. Yeah, it's a weird rule. Weird. Yeah, it's who passes first and who has to undo or whatever. Confusing. We do have 15 more minutes if you guys have more questions or a game review. I'm happy to help you improve for another 15 more minutes. Yeah, you can. How's the weather? Today is quite nice. Today is sunshiny and fine. But yeah, well, that's fine. You can still link it. It is 2:40 p.m.
Review started.
2 stones at 16Q. That is because she is working right now. Mrs. Clausius is currently door dashing without air conditioning in the summer. So I feel awful, but I don't have $900 at the moment. You can technically go here, but it's complicated, so this isn't that big of a deal. Yeah, so far you're doing fine. Yeah, so you're just winning so far. Here you missed the cutting point. Gotta watch those cutting points. This is not always Sente, just go ahead and go out. You're doing quite well, though. Playing quite well for a 16Q. Okay, always check if it's a 9 space I. If it's 9, there was stone in the middle, check it. This is a really tough life and death problem. And if you mess it up, you lose like 2 points. If they mess it up, the entire corner dies. Check it. It's a really difficult life and death problem. Go here because this sets up this eye right here. Yeah. I'm Tudon, I still haven't mastered the Carpenter Square. It's really difficult. I don't think you have time for this move. This is a little bit greedy. If they go here, you just run away. But the point is you fix it with better shape. Yeah, this one is greedy. You should run away. This cutting point is still a thing. Well, I can just cut right here. Do you think you could Batsuko, I'm assuming beat Batsuko in a Jubongo? No. I could probably win 1 or 2, but no. I could not beat Bats in a Jubongo. He's like 2 ranks stronger than I am. He does like to throw games, so I have a chance. But I don't think I could win best of 10. No, I'm 6th on Fox. I am 6th on Fox. Your game is looking pretty solid most of the time. You have a few hiccups with cutting points, though. So keep working on cutting points. Fix Ataris. But your game overall looks really solid. No, don't lose that. Yeah, these cutting points. This is the big issue. Here. There's something in here. Here. Yeah, you still haven't mastered cutting points. Again, ignoring the Atari. I'm not sure why you want to ignore that. If the Atari is going to give you cutting points, or if the capture is going to give you cutting points, then just don't do it. Just fix it. If they have access to cutting points after capturing, it's not worth it. Always take once. Yeah, and this is game over. You can't win this. I want to say your game is like 90% single digit queue. It's just these cutting points and ignoring the capture, the Atari. Don't ignore the Atari and watch your cutting points a little bit more closely. Okay, you are 8Q. You're white. Here is a little bit better. I would go high because you already have a low stone right here. So you want to develop when you have a low stone already. I really want this move because this is black Smelyo and this is white Smelyo, so it does two things, whereas this kind of does one thing, maybe two, but hard to say. But the fact that black can build something and then you can build something, I kind of like this double purpose move. Mm-hmm. Probably here. If they go here, you're just going to attack them. I also want to say that it might be worth to take away the corner if they crawled once, but I'm not sure. Aha, I'm correct. Looks like it, but they're both fine. Never mind. It doesn't matter. Does not matter. Does not matter. I would say this is probably one of the key moves. G4 also works. I mean, this is also fine. This is more fundamental, but it's fine. Now I feel like you're behind. I want to say this was the key move. Moyo versus Moyo, build while reducing is a nice key move. Thank you, Jackie. Hopefully it will help you improve your game. I would, let's see, we're 8Q, just one space jump then. You can 2 space jump, but it does require you to know about the 3-3 into the cutting point because it is a ladder breaker. It's quite complicated, so I think just 1 point jump. This one kind of lowers liberties, and there is also the chance that they might push and cut. It's annoying, so it's not really worth it. That's not good shape. Table shape. This should be possible to handle. I don't know, it's not the end of the world. I mean, it's not fantastic, but I think it's fine. I don't think it's the big issue. This one leads to a cutting point. This one does not. So you want a 1 point jump. But yeah, this one, they can literally just cut you. All right, and that's it. So I'm going to say the big key move was Moyo versus Moyo, playing the key point on the Moyo versus Moyo. Up here, I think you need to learn to love 1 point jumps a little bit more. 1 point jumps are nice. If you want to play more attachments, you could have also attached right here. Maybe something like that. Or just jump. I think jump is fine. Could also 3-3 to check, but whatever. It says your move's fine. Because you have the ladder, I guess. Yeah, you have the ladder. Makes sense. Makes sense, because you don't need the ladder breaker if you already have a ladder breaker. That makes sense. It's complicated, though. Yeah, I think H5 was the big thing to learn from this game. And hopefully you found it helpful. Any more questions? Anything else that I can do for you guys in the last few minutes of the stream? Any topics you want to discuss? Any feedback that you have? Oh, actually, shout out to my coffee, because I do teach Go for a living, so if you want to donate $1 a month, it would really help me out. If you like my game reviews and you want to support, $1 a month is very appreciated. I also offer lessons, so you can also get lessons on there as well. Hello, therapy. Yes, I make a little bit. I don't know where you are, but I sell a Badu Classic set about once a month, and I usually make like $50 a set. So I did get something. But yeah, I'm glad you are enjoying it. I will say there was one place that we mailed to where the shipping was like $80-something. I don't remember where. I don't remember where, but we had to pay like $80 in shipping, and I only make like $50 in profit. So it really, someone got like books, and I lost money, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm not sure if that was you or someone else, but I'm glad you enjoy the books. I've considered writing a Klossy approach book, but writing a book is a lot of work. Like, it's not easy to write a book, but I have considered a Klossy approach book. Klossy approach would be a mega sized book, though. Can you imagine turning 50 hours of me talking into a book? Like, holy crap, it would be a lot. It would be a ton of work, but yeah. I've considered it. Maybe someday. Maybe someday I'll write a Klossy approach book. Even if I condensed it, I would still try to pull games from the playlist to use as examples. But writing a book, even if I didn't write all 50 hours of content into the book and just try to condense it, it would still take me probably a few hundred hours to write. I would expect, anyway. I would expect it to take a long time. That is true. But how else would I teach a concept with Go? I do have like the website, like johnsgogroup.com/Plotzy-approach. Well, underscore approach. Like I do have this document that you guys can read. Like game questions, aim a week, where's the big move? How to attack, finding the vital point, how to study. Pro games, breaks, have fun, general ideas. These are like general idea proverbs. The type your paragraph here at the bottom. It's an Easter egg joke. A little bit of an Easter egg joke. Theory of Go book. I have not. I did see Kim Sung-rae release the new book on Facebook, which is good. Yeah, I have not read it. Smartgo. Oh my gosh, the Smartgo app makes so much money. Everyone, I feel like every other person's app makes money and Mega Dragon doesn't. Oh, I'm so jelly. So jealous, so jealous. Really? That's crazy. I feel like every other like Go professional Go app makes so many more sales than mine does. It's so unfortunate. I want to make more money and sponsor more Go streamers. That's what I would like to do. I'd like to spend a few $100s a month just sponsoring Go streamers. Yeah, I have not read it. If I get the opportunity to read it, I will take a look, but I have not read it. But yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up for today, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream and found it educational and helpful. But yeah, I think we're going to wrap it up and maybe raid Kirosana. But yeah, thank you guys for stopping by. Hope you guys enjoyed. And with that, I will see you guys next time.